Hey guys, welcome back. Beautiful morning out here. We are on the cusp of spring, but as you can tell, I'm still sort of floating on top of the snow, at least in some parts. So we have a crisp morning here, and so what I'm doing is I'm taking advantage of it before the snow goes away fully, because this is a very wet area I'm standing in. You guys would have seen me in here a few weeks ago, and well, you know that there was a number of trees blown down in a big storm, so I was in here hauling out trees up that way a few weeks ago, but there's some trees that I wasn't able to get. You guys can see I've got some leaners here. I think I've got 4 in here, sort of scattered throughout. I'm in here again today with my Lewis winch, trying to haul down these leaners so that I can save the wood, so I can cut them into logs and then get them up to the sawmill to cut into lumber. So as I mentioned, it's very wet in here. I am not able to drive a machine in here like a tractor, hence why I got the winch. So the winch is going to earn its keep again today, and hopefully get this place cleaned up sooner than later. Unfortunately, well, I'll talk about it another day, but unfortunately we have a lot of root rot that's taking place in here, and every time it pretty much gets a heavy wind, we end up losing more trees. So better get on top of this, because I'm sure there's more trees coming down the pipe after these. Anyways, glad you guys are here. Let's get rigged up. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, that is going to be the end of my day because I just broke the cable on my Lewis winch. Now, the Lewis winch is performing flawlessly, as is the Holzfforma 660, but obviously I gave it a bit too much juice, and the circumstances in which the tree was probably frozen to the ground caused the cable to break. So this tree has been cut off this stump, and the stump's right here. I cut that tree off the stump, oh, I don't know, probably a few months ago, and it obviously got down to the ground and it froze solid. I didn't think it was going to be a problem because I just pulled out a few other trees like this one and the other one, and they were in the same circumstance. So I didn't think this one was going to be a problem, but obviously it was. I think what it comes down to was when I was first learning to use the Lewis winch, I likely didn't get the cable on the spool on the winch perfect. And so I probably developed a flat spot or some sort of a kink, and I just didn't notice it until now. And obviously I notice it now because here's what the cable looks like. And there it is there. Okay, so obviously it broke. One good thing is that obviously I've got some safety gear on, and another good thing is I'm using my old coat here across the cable. So when it broke, the cable actually broke at the winch. It came back in this direction. The coat sort of held onto it there and took that whiplash out of the cable. But that was a bit of a scary pop. You don't like to hear that sound very often, and I'm hoping I don't have to hear it again. This is a learning lesson for me. I am going to, next time around, I think I'm going to cut the tree maybe about a foot off the ground there, let it fall down onto the snow so I know it can't be frozen to it, and then immediately after I'll winch it out. So I think that's the plan next time around. So I'll get another cable, get it back on there, we'll get back out here, and we'll be back at it. As you guys can see, looking around here, there's not really any shortage of down trees, and I got a whole bunch of leaners still to take care of. So lots of work in here. We'll be back. Guys, I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.